What's going on, guys? We're gonna jump right into X Fortress. There's no real place to start an episode when you're in the middle of this fortress. So welcome back to Mega Man 6, where we are trapped. We need to use the power suit here. So we have 2 levels left in X Fortress. We're gonna take on Mr. X, and that's about that. So you can destroy those annoying guys. But now we're gonna fly up here. We got you again, but they don't actually turn. They do turn, but they turn after attacking. But yeah, you just want to button mash when they're not whirling the thing. But they are just it's just a big projectile, and there's certain times where it's kind of annoying. Okay. If you can't tell, I just really want to finish this game. I'm actually doing it. Other than the first episode, I'm doing the whole thing in one sitting. If that wasn't obvious from how, worn out I sound. It's not that I hate the game. I love the game. It's just, I want to make sure I record the whole series, and then get on to something else, even though I don't know what that is at the moment. So these fire guys are back, but there's no oil for them to ignite, thankfully. But now we're gonna fly underneath. There we go. We're gonna fly over you. Tank the damage. So these will lower when you stand on them. Or when you... I thought they did. One of them did, and other not. I don't know. Whatever. You know, I kind of forgot I could shoot. There we go. I need some water. And I have some water, I just haven't drank it. Shame on me for not drinking it. There we go. Yeah, I don't got a lot to say at this point, it's just that we've gone through 6 of these games, so there's not much new to say, and I think that's kind of why a lot of people don't like 6 as much, because, you know, they had to shake it up at this point, and they didn't really do that. The suits are cool, but it wasn't enough, so... It's like, I feel like they should have moved on to SNES after 5 games instead of 6. 6 is not bad by any means, though. And if it was your first one, you'd probably love it, so... And that is another big question that some people have, is which game would you choose for your first? I would recommend 3, probably, but... this, I think, would also be a decent option. Anyway, we need the power suit again. So these work on, a scale, where there's 2 of them. And again, they do encourage the Rush Jetpack here. It's still called Rush Jet Adapter, but, I mean, it's a jetpack, I'm just gonna call it what it is. But yeah, they really want you to use the suits here, and as you can see, I'm not very good at using the jetpack. I said it was easy, but sometimes when it wants you to go down and then up, it can be a little tricky. That was almost clean, and then I had to mess it up at the end. Anyway, next up we're fighting the Methunger Z with the Blizzard attack. So this is another Met enemy. But instead of being a giant Met, it's just a little guy and a big punching machine. So he's gonna chase you, and the attack's actually very similar to a Wily machine. So that's interesting. Anyway, this guy's actually not too bad, because you don't even really need to try when you're shooting it. I ran out of ammo. Never mind. I somehow managed to mess that up. And regular shots don't affect him, so I need to avoid that, and then... How do I hit this thing? Up there. Okay. But there we go. He's down. Now, as we get into the last level here of this fortress, it's kind of obvious that there's going to be 4 more levels after this, right? So, The past 2 games in a row, when I beat the fortress and went to Dr. Wily, I forgot to end the episode, and just had to do longer episodes. So I'm telling myself not to do that again, and end the episode after this level. And it doesn't really matter, but like, that it's supposed to be a standard, 2 levels per episode. Unless it's like the end of the game and there's like some really short levels. So, we're gonna take down Mr. X here. Let's use the power adapter again. They do get good use out of these things. It's not like some of the other games where you don't really need to use them that much. Some of your power-ups, you definitely need to use them. But they also don't feel overused either, and they're optional sometimes. Not too bad right now. You got these X blocks, which are not breakable, I believe. You got these weird egg things that turn into sort of... I like to call them evil versions of Beat. Speaking of Beat, still haven't showed him off. So let me show what he... What does he do? Oh, he does attack enemies. He just doesn't attack that one boss that I tried him on. But he still attacks regular enemies. There he goes. Thanks, little guy. So yeah, I'm sorry for not remembering what Beat does in this game. Looks like he only attacks certain enemies. Not as good as Mega Man 5. But I mean, I do miss when he would attack, because in the newer games he just saves you from pits. Anyway, we got optional routes again. I assume the slightly harder to reach one's gonna have better stuff. So we'll see. Can we get an E-Tank or something up here? By the way, how am I doing on lives? So we're at maximum lives again. Because I assume it's still 0.9 as the max, which is really dumb. If you're gonna have the extra 0, then make it go to 99. If it only goes to 9, then you don't need the 0 there. I don't care if it's a style thing, it's misleading. See? Look, 9 lives, even though I just picked that one up. But yeah, it seems like the last 2 Mega Man games have a lot more extra lives in store. I wouldn't say there's been as many as 5, though. 5 was, like, crazy how many 1-ups I was getting. We do got another E-Tank, though. But yeah, while there are more lives and stuff, I do think the challenge is still there, definitely. And overall, the game's a lot more fair than the early ones, and a lot more balanced. So that's good. So, now we're taking on the X Crusher, and we need the Flame Blast. And I believe this boss is pretty easy. Let's see. Okay, so this boss is actually quite annoying to dodge. Well, no, I'm thinking of a different boss. This guy's actually a freaking joke, okay. Like, I don't even need to avoid these. There you go, he's dead. My scheme for world domination has failed, and I forgot a letter E, but I still have enough power to destroy you. Yeah, I like how Mega Man jumps back like he's surprised with just his normal jumping animation. Let the final battle begin! Welcome to Dr. Wily's fortress. It's Chinese now for some reason. And I will stop the episode here. We are going to do a normal length episode. So, that's Mr. X down. It was Dr. Wily the whole time. Who could have ever guessed? But yeah, next time we're taking on Dr. Wily one more time. See you guys then.